Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation news releases and goings on from the week that was. Alrighty, we're going to jump straight into it this week with some releases for some aircraft releases for the ESP World. So we're looking at, first of all, we're going over to F6 Steam Edition. So the guys over at Batavia, their McDonnell Douglas A4 Skyhawk has been around for, it's been around for a little while. In fact, it's been around so long, I've actually done a review on it. But it is now come to F6 Steam Edition as downloadable content, purchasable content from in Sim. In Steam, but unfortunately, like we see with a lot of the add-ons that come across, the recycled add-ons that come across onto F6 Steam Edition within the Steam purchasing, all the liveries are gone. Yeah, look, I'm not going to get into it again. It frustrates me. I don't particularly agree with it. So, yeah, there you go. Anyway, it is available now on Steam, so you can pick it up through Steam. You get all the different model options, but you just get the one color scheme. It's just the a generic grey and white color scheme. So this features two models of the A4 Skyhawk, the A4E and the F variants. Essentially, the main difference was the avionics hump that's on the back of the F model. But the A4 Skyhawk, the thing is that it's a really well modeled. It's a really cool little add-on. Like, I absolutely love this aircraft. I really do. I still love it and play it and fly it to this day because the scooter is just cool. Like, it's cute and it's cool and it's zippy and it's just awesome. Anyway, but yes, so this has been released now for F6 Steam Edition through the Steam DLC program. But look, I'm going to call it and say here, if you're wanting to get it, I'm going to have to say that don't buy it through Steam Edition directly. Go through one of the flight sim retailers and buy the original Batavia release, because then you will actually get to enjoy all of the liveries that it came with, because it came with some really awesome liveries, quite a variety of ones, including ones featured in Top Gun as one of the aggressors that was there, and also Royal Australian Navy ones were also featured in there as well. So yeah, I personally think, yeah, if you're going to get it through there. But again, of course, because nothing's simple in the flight simulation world, just be aware that you can also, when you buy it through another third-party retailer, you actually have two options to buy it. You can either buy the original full edition, which included all the models and all the liveries, or you can buy a Steam Edition version, which is the model, which is one of the base models and two liveries, and then purchase, if you like it, then you can purchase all the additional liveries. The cheapest and best deal to go for is the full original package, which does not have Steam Edition included in the title. But if you're wanting to see more and you want to check out my review, I'm going to pop a link here for you guys so you can have a look at the review that I did of this aircraft. I think it's awesome, and I have no problem recommending it. I really do. But just, yeah, as I said, my personal recommendation will be to purchase the original release version of it, which included all the liveries. So FYI, it's available. Also means you can install it on other ESP platforms as well, FYI. Anyway, but otherwise, if you do want to get these directly from Steam without all the liveries, then you can pick it up now. Available for $13 US, or your original equivalent. Available now on Steam. Alright, in the other major aircraft release for the F6P 3D World this week was, of course, the long-awaited Carinato Dornier Dio 228-100 series. So, this is a cool little STOL turboprop, and one of only two main types that operates into what's widely considered the world's most dangerous airport of Lukla, which, of course, is Everest Base Camp. So, this is a really cool aircraft. I think it's one I've been waiting for a long time. I'm looking forward to get my hands on it. It's just been released this week from Carinato. Look, we all know Carinato do some solid quality work. They're full HD 4096 textures. Their traditional, like, really beautifully attention to detail they play with their propeller and their propeller effects, including like the dynamic shine with sun as well and reflections as well. A really nice, neat 32-bit sound set has been provided with this one as well, with a full accurate avionics and documentation and autopilot systems as well, all put in here. And according to Carinato, tested and developed with the assistance of a real Dornier pilots as well, which is pretty damn cool. As usual, as we see from Carinato and Alabama stuff as well, full support for GTN Flight One's GTN 750 and Reality XP's GNS 530 integration, fully featured and included, and fully compatible across the ESP platform range, from FSX Boxed, Steam Edition, and P3D versions in all of their forms. So available now either direct from Carinato or from your favorite flight sim retailer for $40 or your regional equivalent. Alright, in other flight simulation releases this week, so the guys over at Turbine Sound Studios, so these guys just do amazing work, they really do, and they've just, their latest product that's come out this week is a high definition sound set for the BAE 146. So the BAE 146 is widely regarded as being the most successful British designed airliner ever produced. The production run of this thing ran through to from 19. I think it was about 1980 something, 1980 something, all the way through to 2002, and that was my cat just running back going psycho. What are you doing? I'm recording. Anyway, apparently my cat just wanted to say hi. Anyway, so yeah, you've got over 122 sound files that are included with this one, fully recorded in HD and designed with the to meet the Microsoft Flight Simulator specifications for working with a sound package. It is primarily aimed at those who have the Quality Wings model of F6, but it is compatible with but it should also be compatible with all the other production versions of the BAE 146, including the CLS Just Flight 1, and a couple of freeware ones that are kicking around out there as well. So yeah, an absolutely amazing, really incredibly great high quality sound set. Again, a product from the guys over at Turbine Sound Studios. Available now from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alrighty, moving on, sticking with our flight simulation releases this week, but moving on to other releases. So we've got another aircraft release here. I almost forgot about this one. How could I forget this one? So the age of the bizjets is definitely with us at the moment. So one of the bizjets has been very popular in the real world, and we've been waiting for in the flight simulation world for a very high quality copy, is of course the Dassault Falcons 7X. So the Wilco Publishing have now come to our rescue and produced this one for us today. So this is part of their hi-fi simulation series, which eventually they go really deep into the technological aspects of it, and make sure they get to really high detailed flight dynamics and audio files, and just looking absolutely incredible. This does look really, really impressive. This one comes with fully working various different accessories and parts of the aircraft, including the little rat, or the ram air turbine, which you can deploy from the aircraft in the event of an engine failure in flight. So that's really cool, and be really intrigued from a development point of view how they actually sort of put that through and develop that, because that's an incredible development to do. Incredibly highly detailed internal and external models, and a really detailed work on the fully glass the full glass cockpits with all your multifunction displays, PFDs, navigation displays, and it's a fully functional heads-up display is built into here as well. It is fully compatible with SID Stars and a Navigraph database, so if you do have a Navigraph subscription, you will be able to use all the features that come with that inside of this beautiful model. And what was intriguing as well is that this was developed by Wilco in full association with Dassault Aviation as well. So it actually is, fully licensed and fully supported by the manufacturer, which is really cool and really kind of sets the bar really high on actually the quality of their developments here is going to be quite well tested. So yes, this is available now from your favorite flight sim retailer for around about, if I can find the cost here somewhere. Where did I find it? I lost it somewhere. There it is. For around about $40 or your regional equivalent. Alrighty, continuing on with flight simulation releases for the ESP Worlds. We've got a few scenery releases this week. We've got another Italian airport has appeared here. So this is from another Russian developer, the RF Scenery Building, or RFSB. So they've produced a copy of Lima India Bravo Papa or Pescara da Abruzzo. Okay, de Abruzzo. Yeah, this is fully compatible with F6 and P3D. All of the F6 and P3D family. And this one's been optimized with customized custom buildings, high definition textures, reasonable amount of photoreal land classes as well, and they've aimed to actually make sure that it's fairly compatible with a variety of different add-ons as well. So they've actually used the color charts and they've matched their color textures and the photoreal textures to the FTX Orbix global areas that cover this part of the world. So it is designed to do that. It does support full change of season as well, so your textures will change as the seasons change inside your simulator, and designed to work with various forms of mesh, third-party mesh, as well as the default mesh that comes with it as well. An interesting point as well is that these guys have also crowing about the fact that it is fully compatible. It is DX10 ready as long as you are using Steve's DX10 fixer. So there you go, looking pretty cool. Overall, I must say that the screenshots make it look, not too bad. A little clean, I would say, in some ways. It looks almost like a little too polished, and not as like lived in as maybe it should be. But look, they cover quite a reasonable amount of area, and sort of the town around it as well. So overall, not looking too bad. Coming in at around about $20 or your regional equivalent, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alrighty, folks, we've got another release for the F6P 3D world as well at the moment. So the guys over at Aerosoft and in Latin Wings and Aerosoft, they've brought out a couple of, they've got a new another additional Spanish airfield to add to the growing collection of Spanish airfields. We've got Soria Garay is come out for P3 for F6 and P3D. Includes Frank, the Aerosoft avatar for P3D version 3. It was really funny. I discovered Frank by accident the other day, actually, when I was messing around with another Aerosoft product that I installed recently, and I was like, oh, hello, that's a new avatar, and yeah, so I met Frank for the first time, and he's pretty cool. Anyway, so this is done, got the airport and the immediate township surrounding it, so this is a small airfield. It's got a 1 kilometer main runway and a 500 meter secondary runway. It is primarily used for aviation training and light GA operations, but it is compatible. It is capable of taking small business jets as well for light charters. Though primarily it is a helicopter operation field. So for those of you who love your frantic palm trees, this is probably going to be one something to look forward to going through and enjoying some Spanish scenery and some terrain as well. So looking quite impressive, this one available now from Aerosoft's website directly, or of course from your favorite flight sim retailer for around about $15 or your regional equivalent. Alright, wrapping up these scenery releases for this week. So the guys over at UK 2000. So UK 2000, they were a bit quiet for a number of years, but we've seen two major releases come out from them in the last few months. So this one is their Aberdeen Extreme, so part of their Extreme series of airports, where they go into a huge amount of detail. And again, what they've done, same with the rest of their Extreme series, they offer two versions of this scenery. So this scenery operates a huge amount of helicopter traffic, and it's actually the world's largest commercial heliport, with over half of its aircraft movements are actually helicopter movements and not fixed wings. But they are looking in the future of expanding the airport in the future, but this is not modeled, of course, at the moment. But yeah, so incredibly detailed work, including all the regional airlines that do service, including British Airways and EasyJet. You've got custom models of the aircraft are there, including airliners and the GA aircraft that operate out of the area. You've got some incredibly high detailed images there for the ground, as well as the runway markings. to make sure everything's done correctly. Beautifully modeled 3D approach lights as well, so just really incredible looking stuff, the same as we saw before. But as I said, what they do is they do offer two versions of this. So they do offer their extreme version, which is the payware one, which is available for around about $20 or your original equivalent. The other thing that they offer as well, they actually offer a free version of it, which gives you the AFCAD. So if you're more interested in sort of maybe just the having AI traffic or something working and just getting the basics of it, you can actually still get the basic version of it and that's available free. But it doesn't include all the buildings. It doesn't include all the beautiful detailed textures and some of the 3D models that you would normally get that you get with the extreme version. But it is available for free if you wanted to try it out, and you can also get a demo version as well. So yeah, it's a pretty cool strategy. I actually really appreciate the fact that the UK 2000 guys do this. I think it's a really, really cool idea and a great way to sort of endear yourself to the community as a whole. So well done, guys, well done. But if you are going to go for the extreme version, it is available now either directly from UK 2000's website or from your favorite flight sim retailer. Alrighty, leaving the flight sim world now and moving on to other releases for the simulation world. Actually, no, we're going to stick with the flight simulation world, but we're going to move over to a different platform. We're going to move over to DCS. So this week we saw a new mission pack get added to the DCS library this week. So this is a new mission pack for the A10C Warthog. So the beautiful, ugly but beautiful and amazing aircraft that the Warthog is, or the official name, the Thunderbolt 2. So the A10C is probably one of their most famous modules that DCS do, and it is absolutely beautiful. I love it. I've spent hours in it, and I'm still struggling to do it, but it is incredible. But if you have mastered it, or if you are working on your way to mastering it, and you do want to enjoy and challenge yourself with some new missions, the A10C Operation Piercing Fury campaign by Ranger 79 is now available. Now this requires DCS World version 1.5, so I believe it is not compatible with DCS World version 2.0 at this time, so it is only compatible with 1.5. So just FYI, if you are running the beta version of 2, you may have to downgrade to be able to use it. But it includes 15 story-driven missions that range from everything from on-call close air support, assisting combat search and rescue, capture or kill missions, and providing close air support for a variety of actual AI operated ones as well, of AI operated missions including air assault raids and special forces operations throughout the Georgian area of operations. So this is a pretty cool and really detailed operations manual that comes with it. It just looks amazing, and as I said, the quality that comes out of the guys from Eagle Dynamics is just it's pretty much second to none. It really is. So yeah, if you're looking at expanding your A10C operational abilities and options, then this is available now from the DCS e-store over at digitalsimulator.com for $10 or your regional equivalents. Alright, moving now away from the flight simulation world and into something completely different. So we've got the guys, we've got, as I said, I've said this before, I'll say it again, this is pretty much a simulation game for pretty much everything these days. So we've got another one of these sports simulators going on at the moment. So Football Mogul 2015. Essentially, you are you run a team in the American NFL or its predecessor, the AFL. It's what's interesting about it is that it's you can have any season between 1970 to 2015. And you actually manage your team, and you can manage it through various seasons and into other years and down the track as well. So, which is kind of interesting. But what it also does is it takes all the players that have been in the rosters for all of that, but it also then models the injuries. It models offensive, defensive formations, and it models how they age and how their injuries affect their performance. That's kind of cool and kind of insane as well, if you do that kind of stuff. Includes all the draftees and everything as well. It's over 40 years of historical accuracy. You can actually do... it does support head-to-head gaming as well via online multiplayer or via hot seating as well, which I bet most of you young viewers probably have no idea what that is. But those of us who have been older and playing games, these strategy and simulation games for a really long time, we remember that. Oh, damn, do we remember that. Ugh. Anyway, you can create your own players and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, as I said, if you're always wanting to dream of to simulate and own your own football team, this is looking like not a bad title for you to pick up. $15 or your regional equivalent available now on Steam. Alright, another little odd little simulation game this week, which is sort of a hybrid simulation strategy game, is Police Tactics Imperio. So this puts you in the city of Newport Falls, where 16 years ago you play as you play as a character as Harvey Croft, who 16 years ago lost his father, who was assassinated by the Imperio crime syndicate, as your father led a charge to clean up the streets of Newport Falls successfully and pushing organised crime out. But now organised crime is back, and now you have to step up to the role that the job your father started, and finish it off by taking on the mob once and for all and cleaning up the streets permanently. So this to me is very reminiscent and looks very similar to like the Emergency series, but except it's focused pretty much purely just on the police side of things. But it is also very much a story-driven campaign. So yeah, it is a campaign. It is a single player, no multiplayer, at least not at this time. It is a single player campaign. Unfortunately, the one thing that I find a little bit I find it great that it is got a really like in-depth single player campaign. I do like that, but a free play mode would be kind of cool, and I would have thought would be pretty easy to implement. But overall, as I said, if you've enjoyed something like the Emergency series, then or your 911 first responders, you're probably going to enjoy this as well, especially because it does have the really good storyline as well. But yeah, so have a look at the videos, check it out to see what you like. If you are interested in picking this one up, it is normally $20, currently on a launch special of $18 or your regional equivalent, available now on Steam. Alrighty, and rounding out the simulation release news for this week, we've got another addition for the Permanent Way. We've got the Great Western Rail Saint class and Travelling Post Office locomotive add-on this week. So the Saint class is being considered one of the most iconic rail vehicles to come out of British track heritage. With 77 of them being produced and being a pioneering design starting in 1902 and being produced well into the 1920s. So yeah, it was just a really incredible. It's a fascinating story of its design and its what it pioneered. And there were, as I said, there were 77 produced, including the prototypes. This simulation version actually features 75 of them. So the 75 that bore names, and I believe details all of the 4 of the subclasses as well, which is pretty damn impressive. And just looking absolutely amazing. This does it was a very versatile long distance traveler, being able to carry massive passengers, freight, mail, whatever was going, it was able to do it. Whether it be something slow or the fastest express was required, the Saints were able to fulfill the role. So yeah, very very impressive with that one. And looking again, as we see before, it's from developer Victory Works. And the modelling does look absolutely stunning. The other part of it is the Travelling Post Office carriage. So the Travelling Post Office carriage is a very interesting story. Essentially, think of it like a high-speed mail run. But what was really cool was the technology and the innovation that went with it. Essentially, the train would travel overnight and it wouldn't stop. But how do you get the mail to what you're doing? It's actually basically the mail was sorted on the train, and then as they got close to where it needed to stop, they actually hung it out on the side of the post office carriage, and it was captured by a net at the appropriate place and sort of caught on the side of the railway track. And indeed, they actually picked up the empty mailbags via the same method on the other side as well. So yeah, it's a fascinating piece of technology and really interesting actually. This is also modelled, and you actually get some scenarios where you can try your hand at actually delivering and making sure that the mail gets through on time throughout the United Kingdom. So really really cool. So yes, this does come with a whole heap of some rolling stock design for that, including your passenger third and brake carriages as well, composite carriages, as well as the travelling post office sorting and baggage vehicle as well. So everything is there, including the line side equipment to enable you to do all the captures and the drops of all the mail. It does contain 4 scenarios for the one of the default lines that comes with TS 2016, which is of course the Riviera line. Fully compatible with that. Fully compatible with QuickDrive and all the various options for that as well, and all very interesting modeling and challenges to face you and your career on the permanent way. And of course, as always, fully compatible with Steam Workshop scenarios. So there you go. And this is available now on Steam for the grand old price of $20 or your regional equivalent, available now. Alrighty folks, that does wrap up the news for this week. Thank you very much for joining. But before I go, I do want to remind you, it is less than a week to go before Flight Angels 2016 takes flight. So you've heard me preaching on about this and prattling on about it for the last few weeks now. But it is an incredibly awesome charity event. I am going to be part of it along with some other great YouTubers, including Froogle and BelGeode and Catstrator. We're all going to be there along with a whole heap of others and some really cool special guests. One of the ones I'm looking forward to, that's speaking to the most, is of course Colonel Doug Bubbles Champagne, who I was operating, did some of the combat air patrols, very appropriate given the date that this is being released on, in the wake of the September 11 attacks when he was operating F-16s. He also flew A-10s and several other types inside the US Air Force before moving in a very illustrious career, as well as operating in combat and non-combat zones. We're going to be having him. We're going to have the interviewing Tuskegee Airmen. We're going to be having a chat to some of the original crew of the original Concorde, and there's just going to be some amazing details. And it's all to raise money for some really amazing children's charities, both in the UK and Europe, the US, and around the world. So please, guys, it's going to be a fantastic event. It's a full 24-hour live stream. We're going to be just doing it. So we're going to be taking some amazing flights, taking in some amazing scenery as we travel around the world in 24 hours. We're also going to be giving away lots of amazing prizes. The guys over at A2A have actually pretty much making available their entire collection, and that's an amazing collection, as some of you already know. Yeah, so it's just going to be an absolutely incredible event, some great giveaways, and all to raise money for great charity. Please, I really hope to see you on the live stream. I'll be live streaming quite a few legs myself, doing other things, and I look forward to seeing you on those live streams. And please think about giving generously to these wonderful charities. It's going to be absolutely amazing event. It really is. And there's also going to be a couple of exclusive events where you actually get a sort of a guided tour and actually get to witness Doug Champagne actually putting an F-16 through its paces in Flight Simulator. You're going to actually be able to join some of those Concorde crew members as they actually recreate the final flight of the Concorde, which, you know, I just think was a crime that's been retired. But anyway, yeah, you're going to be able to see those, and there's a whole heap of great events. For more information, please head over to www.flight-angels.com. Stay tuned for more details. There is a YouTube channel that's been dedicated for this. We've got into great media coverage. I look forward to seeing you all on that flight. I really do. Alright folks, that does wrap up the NovaWrap for this week now. Thank you very much for joining me. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.